If you've been newly diagnosed to something serious and are new to navigating this medical path, this video is for you. 25 years ago, I was diagnosed with a connective tissue disorder. Basically, that meant that it affected my entire body, including my heart. So I had to go to all different types of specialists. So over the past 24 years, I've learned a lot. 1, please recognize that not all medical professionals have the right answer. Most of them will act like they do, but just be aware that medical professionals, doctors, they all went through a school with certain books. A lot of them don't keep up to date on all the new research, the findings, underlying causes, treatments. There's a lot out there. I'm not a big fan of the arrogant ones, but I have found that they make the best surgeons. If you're going to your first appointment, here's the key. If they go into the room and they stand while you're sitting, ask them to sit. Tell them it'll make you more comfortable. It's a nonverbal communication technique. Make sure that you're at eye level or above. If you need to prop up on a leg, I suggest you do it. If they won't sit, stand up and, lean against the wall, whatever. I'm telling you, it makes a huge difference. When my surgeon came into my room for my partial hysterectomy, he was just acting like a jerk at first. So I stood up and leaned against the table a little bit, and I mimicked what he did with his arms. So if his arms were crossed, my arms were crossed. If his eyes squinted, I squinted a little bit. People respond better to the technique. It's called mirroring. And as long as you're above eye level, you're respected. Think about powerful businessmen. They sit in their chair behind a desk and then they have you sit on the other side. But if you really notice, their chairs are higher. It's like something in our nature that just respects people higher more. Brother's snoring. I typically show up with a list of questions. I think about them ahead of time. I keep a piece of paper out and I do them in bullet points. Doctors are always in a rush. The more patients they see, the more money they can make. But also remember that you're paying them, not the other way around. So make sure that your questions get answered. Tell them, wait, I'm not done yet. Write stuff down as they explain if you know you're going to forget, or, it's just a bunch of words that you don't quite understand. But even in that case, ask them, what does that mean? Dumb it down for me. Again, remember, there's so many doctors out there. They're not all good ones. What do you call a medical student that was last in his class? A doctor. Recognize that there's so much cool new stuff out there. Do your research. And I've had to explain to people that ChatGPT is like a easier Google. You don't have to search different websites to read through, find the information. Ask ChatGPT. It's an app or website. Ask it a bunch of questions and say, can you dumb these words down for me? Can you look into alternative treatment options that have just been discovered in the last 5 years and have the highest success rate? 2, if you have to go to the ER or you're in just a vulnerable state and you feel like you just don't have it in you to fight for yourself if you aren't being respected or listened to, please bring somebody that's willing to fight for you. You can also tell the doctor that you want to record it. You can do video and set the phone down or whatever and explain to them I want to be able to remember everything you have to say and research it later. They'll be on their best behavior if they know that it's not just you two in the room. ERs in particular are notorious for just being disrespectful, especially if you don't have it in you to throw a fit. And at this point, I don't really care what ER medical professionals have to say. We're underpaid, we're overworked. Tough shit. There's plenty of jobs out there. You chose to be here. 3, if you're not comfortable with something, if something just does not feel right in your gut, speak up. I regret the times that I didn't just get up and walk out. Walk out. You're not obligated to give them an explanation. If they tell you that you'll need this treatment and it just feels off, tell them that you're gonna go get a second opinion. And please, please remember that if you talk to surgeons, they just want to do surgery. They always want to do surgery. So they're gonna tell you that you need surgery. I really regret not learning that sooner.